This is going to be the best SEO training you've seen in a very long time. What I'm about to share with you will not only change your SEO process forever, but put you well ahead of your competitors. I'm revealing a completely brand new SEO strategy that 99% of SEOs have completely missed. Everyone's been following the same SEO playbook for years. Number one, type your keyword into Google. Number two, copy the top results. Number three, regurgitate what they're saying and maybe use an on-page tool to add in some extra keywords. And here's the problem. Search engines and users are completely tired of this SEO process. They want fresh and original content, not the same recycled crap every single time they boot up a page. And I'm about to show you exactly how to give them that original content. I'm going to teach you two methods to get that original content. Number one, how to uncover valuable information that does not already exist on the web. And number two, how to take unseen helpful content and use it to your advantage. So let's start off with real user insights and sentiment analysis. So this is my absolute favorite one because it's quick and highly effective. So what you're going to do is join niche specific Facebook groups and ask questions. So here's an example here. So people who decided to join Facebook groups are passionate about these subjects, and it's a fantastic way in getting hobbyist and specialist opinions. So I went ahead and posted this. I've been using these dice towers popping up. I've been seeing these dice towers popping up a lot. Why would you use one of these other than they can look cool? So a while back, I had a board game company want me to rank this type of product. In these board game towers, you just drop in a dice and it would roll the dice for you. And I just joined some Facebook groups asking a question on why. And within 24 hours, I already got 163 comments, 1 share and 79 likes. And I can show you what it looks like right here. So a bunch of different feedback. So I'll go over some really good stuff I found. So this guy put, I had one and it made too much noise and I returned it. So really important because I was looking at the other ranking results, but no one mentioned anything about noise. And a few people actually mentioned the noise. Some guy put he built one himself. Another guy put he can use like a little bowl, which is an important objection that we need to answer because they can just easily use a little bowl. Why would they need to use a dice tower? This guy put, because you have a friend that throws dice like a toddler, knocking over game pieces, and you can't get them to stop. This guy was nice enough to put a list down, so no dice falling off the table, no accidentally knocking things around on the board, so if you've got pieces on the board, no arguments about whether a player rolled a dice incorrectly, so that's a pretty big one. So this woman put, my son made one for me out of Lego. This guy put, because D6s, which is a type of dice, have an annoying tendency to spin in place and slide rather than actually roll. Wow, I can't believe nobody has mentioned they also stop unscrupulous folks from fixing rolls. We have that occasional flop. So we occasionally play sitting on a carpet. That's the only time we use them. And again, another guy put, it's bloody noisy. And this lady put, our granddaughter would play dice alongside with us when we are playing a game. And it lets her feel part of what's going on. So here are some of the key takeaways I've noted down. So it's noisy. One of the things is you can possibly create a video comparing different dice tower sounds. So that would be completely original because who's doing that? So users can use a small bowl instead. So that's an objection that you need to answer. So used when playing sitting on the floor, it stops players from cheating unintentionally because they may have forgotten to roll and no one was paying attention. So some dices more easily fall on the ground. It stops pieces from getting knocked over. So these are only a few takeaways. And here's the thing here. If I were using a tool, or if you were using a tool like Phrase or what's the other one, Surfer.io, guess what? You'd just be regurgitating the same thing as these pages. It's just going to be the same crap. Whereas with this strategy over here, we're actually finding new keywords to serve to the search engine, to serve to AI. And what this is a blue ocean strategy instead of a red ocean fighting over the exact same semantic keywords to add. We're finding actual problems and Google's going to see, oh, I never seen noise being used on a page before regarding dice towers. Let's push them up and let's test them out. And if you enjoy in-depth original guides like these, I'd highly recommend you check out this SEO audit. I basically put this audit guide together a while back. This is for interns to learn how to do an SEO audit, and it's basically a professional audit. We've charged up to £3,000 or $5,000 for an SEO audit, and this is the process that we use. And if you want access to this guide, then make sure to like and comment on this video. Then make sure to add me on LinkedIn. Just DM me and ask him for the SEO audit, and I'll send it over to you. Next up is the 3-star Amazon reviews. This is great because 3 stars, they mention the pros as well as the cons. It's a very realistic point on a particular product. So they offer a balanced perspective, highlighting both the pros and cons. And all you're going to do is simply copy and paste the 3-star reviews into Google's Gemini AI tool. And you can use this prompt, summarize the most common pain points users have with this product, and give it the product name from the 3-star reviews. What are the recurring issues? Quote me in the provided comments where it talks about this. So I've gone ahead and I just basically found this mouse as an example, and all I did was copy and paste the 3-star reviews into Google Gemini. And you could find a more efficient process, but I just made it quick and easy so anyone can get started with this. And literally, I just pasted the reviews into Google Gemini using that prompt. And here are some of the things it mentions. So connectivity and functionality. So someone mentioned pairing using the Logitech Bolt on Windows 10 is ridiculously long-winded. And it quoted me the person, what they said, as well as their name. Bolt receiver issues. First off, the Bolt receiver just will not work with Mac. Full stop. Button malfunction. After almost 2 months, the upper click is not functioning well. And what you can do is basically add this to your list of objections, and then you can answer them. So if you also sell mice as well, you're going to find the closest one that resembles yours in both aesthetics and functionality, and basically copy and paste the reviews in Google Gemini using that prompt and see what problems your ideal customer would be having. Because if you sell this type of product, ideally you'd want these people to be buying your product, and basically going to alleviate that friction that they have because they may have looked at other Amazon reviews. Again, reiterating the previous point of the Facebook groups and using them to find new problems for you to answer, new keywords. This is the exact same thing. In fact, that's the entire theme of this video, finding original content using other people. And of course, it doesn't have to be Amazon. You can go on another website and copy and paste their reviews, whether it's eBay or Etsy or Wayfair or whichever one. So next, using forums. So this could be Reddit, Quora, or niche forums. So forums offer raw insights, often from real users discussing niche issues or solutions, which might not be covered elsewhere. Niche communities often reveal problems or opportunities that large-scale research misses. Find real pain points and solutions by analyzing discussions in forums like Reddit, Quora, etc. This gives you a window into raw user feedback and unfiltered discussions. The same with niche Facebook groups. People join these because they're passionate about a particular topic. So all you're going to do is use the search operator /, and then you can put on reddit.com or quora.com plus keyword. So all I did was use Reddit and then put training group strengtheners, which are these items right here. I just clicked on one result, that's it. And here are some of the insights that I found. So this guy, for example, for some background, I was a wrestler growing up in high school, and I'm a black belt in judo. I've been using grippers off and on for approximately 11 years. So this is a great guide to get insights from. If you want crazy crushing grip, then you want to work a gripper they can barely close 3 to 5 times. So this is great. So if you're creating a blog post recommending a type of gripper for them to use, guess what? You've got a person who's been doing it for 11 years giving you a recommendation. You can quote this. So practice good forms, rest between sets, and warm up first. So this basically, he's essentially an expert now, teaching you how to use it. If your hands hurt, just set it down, live to grip another day. Another person put grippers are fine. They'll be a test of your grip, but they're not ideal for building your grip. So that's a different perspective we've got instead. So instead of building your grip, it's basically just going to a way for you to measure your grip. And another person agreed with this. So they put, made this realization about most of my grip stuff. Pinch block, rolling thunder, hub, they're all great for testing. So just by one result here, we've got a good amount of insights. So this took me a few minutes to do. So imagine you're just going to take 1 hour to find these insights. You'll find a bunch. Now, if your question or answer isn't there, guess what? Just create an account, ask those questions that you have. So what we're going to do here is analyze public sentiment around a product, a service, or topic by studying customer reviews, social media posts, or other user-generated content. So why this is effective? Sentiment analysis allows you to capture real-world perceptions and emotions that add depth to your content. So what we're going to do is simply analyze the comment sections with Google's Gemini. This gives your content a personal touch by analyzing raw opinions and reflecting on what people actually care about. So literally, you can just go to the YouTube comment section. So in this example, I just typed in iPhone 16 review because that's a big thing now, and literally just copied and pasted it into Google Gemini. And if you don't know what Google Gemini looks like, this is it. It's basically ChatGPT, but it allows you to paste in more content, because ChatGPT, if you want to paste in more content, you'd need a premium version. So what I'm doing here is basically I'm just trying to keep all these methods 100% free. So after you've pasted the comments in, you're going to use these prompts. These are the comments from a YouTube video titled, and then paste in the title. Analyze the most common questions and recurring themes from the comment section of this YouTube video. Summarize the top concerns or praises. Provide quotes to make it easy for me to reference in my content. And here are some of the results I got from Google Gemini after I pasted in the YouTube comment sections of the iPhone 16 review. So this is a pretty good one. So the refresh rate, the 60 Hz refresh rate is a major point of contentions. Comments like, and they quoted, even cheap Androids are 90 Hz already, and 60 Hz come on Apple. Highlight the disappointment with this aspect. So we can see users are really disappointed with the 60 Hz display, because cheaper Android phones that have been out for years basically have a much better display. Another one put lack of innovation, but I think that's just Apple in general. I think people already know that. So these are the concerns about the iPhone 16. And this part that Google Gemini spat out was praises for the iPhone 16, like the camera. The camera is generally praised with comments like, camera is the only thing I love about Apple, and better transitions than some movies. The ultra-wide autofocus for macro shots is also a positive point. Software support, which is another big one. In fact, software support is the reason why I switched from Android to Apple. So that's a great point here. And this is another great method to find original content. And what you can do is create like a table or a graph where you find a number of comments a YouTube video has. So I've just opened up a couple of tabs regarding iPhone 16 reviews, and this has 156 comments. This one has 18,599 comments, and this one has 793 comments. What you can do is basically analyze all these comments using AI and basically make a table saying, I analyze 3,000 comments about the iPhone 16. And basically you can put a bar going up saying this amount of people said it's positive, this amount of people said it's negative. So you can have a little graph basically showing off your research, as well as pasting some of those comments into your content. So sticking with YouTube here is summarizing YouTube videos. So you can use Harper AI to summarize videos quickly. So this is literally just a Chrome extension that you can use for free. And all you're doing is identifying key insights your competitors may miss. So the goal is to capture fresh angles from popular and unique content. And that's the key here. So you're just trying to find unique videos and unique angles. So if you're selling e-bikes, so you can analyze a video, are e-bikes worth it? And this is what Harper AI will look like on the side here. So it'll say things like summarize video, and you can basically use that. So in this example here, this is about consoles. So let's just say you sell computer components, gaming computer components, and you're trying to find, and you're creating a post on gaming PC versus current gen consoles. And this is a great video to analyze. So this point is about the problem with 9th generation games is 9th generation consoles lack the standout exclusive games. Many games are cross-generation or PC oriented. So we know that whenever Sony releases a new game, a couple of years down the line, it gets released on PC. So what's the point of getting a console? So remake and remasters dominate the release schedule, which is tying in to the first point that it lacks standout exclusives. They're just remakes. And then you've got game development challenges, failures of game publishers, console gaming experience shortcomings. So current gen consoles require extensive updates and extensions. So again, going back to the main point I mentioned, so instead of going to these keyword tools, actually just trying to find some keywords that everyone else is using, we're finding new problems that the user is facing right here. And I want to say another thing about the first method is when you're putting in these new insights, like say it's noisy, and guess what? When the user's reading that product description and you've mentioned how your dice tower is not very noisy, well, guess what? In that user's mind, in that viewer's mind, that shopper's mind, they're going to think, oh, I never even thought about that. And that right there is building trust and rapport, because you're basically pitching yourself as an expert because you've mentioned a point that they would have never thought of. So the next thing you can do is poll your audience. So this is great for binary questions and answers. So if you've got a skincare company and you can put what's your favorite skincare product and you want to list specific products like aloe vera cream or jojoba oil or coconut butter, that's great for getting those binary answers. And if you don't have an audience, post it in forums and tally the results. So you can use it in the YouTube community section, the Facebook groups, X polls. If you've got an email audience, a lot of them will want an incentive like a prize. And in order to collect these results, you can just use a Google form. So you can just send them a link to fill out. So again, this is what Facebook poll looks like. This is what a Reddit poll looks like. Now let's move on to the expert-backed evidence. And what you're going to do is basically reach out to experts for comments. So essentially what you're going to do is DM people where your customers hang out, appeal to their ego. So you're looking for experts and an incentive in publishing your high traffic blog and social media. So for example, when you reach out to someone, they may want something back and you can say to them, we have lots of readers on our blog, which will help you get more followers. So you want to give them an incentive, and you can literally just use a search operator like x.com bio, and then I put in this example scuba diving instructor, because let's say you sell scuba diving equipment, you'd want an instructor, someone who's qualified to talk about it, and it'll basically give you a bunch of different profiles. So we got this guy Klaus. So this guy's an underwater photographer. He's a tech diving instructor and he's currently active on X, which is great. So if we DM him here, so he's probably going to give a response, and his profile is all about diving. So we could reach out to him. You could also use Instagram. So instead, you're just going to switch up the URL from X to Instagram. And right away, I found this woman here, Sarah, who's a scuba diving instructor. And we could just send her a message basically asking that we're doing a post asking experts different questions regarding scuba diving equipment. And what you can do is you can use those answers the experts give in your blog posts, in your category pages, as well as in your product pages. You can use it as a reference. So this is a great way to build EEAT. So next up, case studies. So talk about your client's success. So case studies is great because if you're trying to, let's just say, sticking with the scuba diving example, if you're trying to sell a piece of scuba diving equipment on your category page or your product page, you're trying to convince them, you can mention how this particular product had a desirable result, and then you can use it to reference your case study. So case studies are powerful because they provide real world evidence of concepts, strategies, or solutions in actions. So a case study framework you can use. So first of all, identify a client or project. So select a specific client or project that achieved a standout result. So the case study should highlight a unique challenge, innovative solution, and a measurable, desirable outcome. So share the lessons learned. So case studies are most powerful when they offer insights, explain what readers can learn from the case studies that they can apply in their own situation, and add the cherry on top, which is giving add a testimonial, so including quotes from clients involved, as authenticity and trustworthiness. The next method is data mining from your internal analytics. So data from your internal analytics is unique to your business since no one else has access to this data. You can create entirely original insights that can't be found anywhere else. So what you're going to do is make sure to list your data sources. So your current data, your historical data, your seasonal data, your customer feedback, and your user behaviors. Then the next thing you want to do is find stories in your data. So what you're going to look for is surprising findings, confirmation or contradictions of industry assumptions, emerging trends, success patterns, and common pain points. So let's just say you're an eco brand. Here are some content ideas. They can create a blog post titled "Why Reusable Bamboo Paper Towels Are Our Best-Selling Product and How They Can Save You Money." So in this blog, it explains how customers use the product, its eco-friendly benefits, and you include testimonials in this from satisfied buyers. And you can even create a YouTube video or infographic showing how many trees your customers have helped save by choosing this product over disposable paper towels. So you'd have to poll your customers regarding this. So this is just one example, and you can do a lot of different things with data mining from your own internal analytics. Next up is field research. So directly observe or participate in an activity, event, or setting that is relevant to your topic. So for example, in-person review. So conduct field testing of your own products and service, or ask customers to test them in real life scenarios. So what you want to do is document the experience, gather feedback, and share the results. So for example, you sell scuba diving equipment. Purchase the products you sell if you don't already stock them. This is what a lot of dropshippers or the successful dropshippers do, and go out and actually test your products. And what you're going to do, whilst let's just say you're scuba diving, is maybe see other people. You'd want to ask other scuba divers to test it and ask them what they think about it. So here's a tip: do it all in one batch. So maybe over the course of a week or a weekend, you take one of each product you sell and actually test them out. You can take a bunch of videos, photos, and document the process of you testing them. This is going to give you a bunch of new content you can add to your blogs, you can add to your categories, and you can add to your product pages. So this is going to completely and utterly separate you from the rest of the competition, because a lot of these guys, let's face it, they're dropshippers. So you want to test your tools or products. So experiment with your products compared to competitors. So for example, let's just say you sell hoovers, so compare them to your products. So you can have a test like this, where there's different hairs on the ground, and you have your hoover trying to clean the hair versus the competitor hoovers, and you see who does best. And you can reference these findings throughout your different types of pages. This is another great one: summarizing academic papers with AI. So this makes it easier for your audience to understand complex topics whilst being seen as a reliable source of information, building trust and authority. So basically, you're going to use a site like Google Scholar, type in a topic. So let's just say, for example, you sell jojoba oil. So you type that in, and we've got a page talking about jojoba oil, a comprehensive review on chemistry, pharmaceutical uses, and toxicity. So let's just say you sell it as you use it for pharmaceutical uses. So this is going to be a really helpful guide for you that you can reference. So here's an example of the paper. It's very in-depth and very detailed. And you're just going to use this prompt, summarize this paper titled, and then just give the title of the paper. Focus on specific data points and key takeaways. Provide quotes to make it easy for me to reference in my content. Now, if for some reason you don't get references when you get your results, you want to use this prompt. So you've mentioned X point, quote me in this article where it talks about this. So basically, I added this prompt in, and these are the results I got. So pharmaceutical uses. So it's an antioxidant. The presence of vitamin E and other oxidants may help protect your skin from free radical damage. It's an anti-inflammatory. So jojoba oil may help reduce inflammation associated with skin conditions like acne, and I don't think I can say that word. And then it gives me a quote here. Extensive studies on jojoba oil showed a wide range of pharmacological applications including antioxidant, anti-acne, and I can't say that word, and anti-inflammatory. This way we're filling our EE80 by referencing scientific research. And let's face it, if you're selling skincare products, you definitely want a pro like it helps fight acne. Well, guess what? Now you can use a scientific paper to actually drive your point home. So literally all I did was copy and paste this article, paste it into Google Gemini, and I'm simply going to add my prompt here. Now let's focus more on the visualizations. So original photography or video documentations. So you should be taking your own pictures over manufacturing, because again, a lot of people are dropshippers, a lot of people are going to the same manufacturer, and guess what? Everyone's going to have the same images and videos. So you need to actually put in some effort and buy the product and take your own pictures. Make sure you create your before and after comparisons of traditional versus your new approach. So before, blackout curtains. So this is the traditional blinds, and then after, as well as this. So if you've got a sofa cleaning product or service, you've got a before and after here. Include screenshots of the research process. So for example, if you're selling hoovers, like I mentioned previously, you've got your competitors versus yours. Include your actual research process. Make sure you're taking plenty of pictures. And this is another example. You've got the hand hoover, then you've got the robotic hoover, then you've got the traditional hoover, and you're seeing which one hoovers best. So make sure you document the entire process. And here's a quick bonus. But before that, if you're currently making 1K or 10K per month with your e-commerce business, I created a guide to help you break through that and reach multiple 6 figures and help you reach that 7-figure marks. It's basically 33 methods that I've included in this guide, which are not super complicated to implement. And this guide is basically going to give you a bunch of different ideas and different unique insights. And I'll leave a link to that below. So the bonus is exclusive access to products. So what you want to do is reach out to manufacturers, especially ones you have relationships with. So for example, your vendor is about to release a new product, ask them for early access to review and share. And of course, it has to be honest. So offer to be a launch partner or exclusive distributor for new products. So many companies are willing to work with smaller businesses that show commitment, and it can help them get market feedback quickly. So there's definitely a positive in there for the vendor. So join industry trade shows and networks. So trade shows are a great way for getting early insights into product launches and different trends, and you can often negotiate early access by forming relationships with the exhibitors. So the people are already there, so go ask them if you can get early access to a product. So the next thing you're going to do is create a process. What you're going to do is pick a handful of methods you think would be best for you. Then you're going to keep a collection of good ideas, strategies, or snippets of inspiration you found in your research. Then you're going to create a process for each of your chosen methods, and then you're going to experiment with the process and become efficient at it. That way you can do original research within a short period of time. So for example, here's what the process could look like. So first of all, define your objective, determine what specific information you want to gather. So for example, you want to gather user preferences, the pain points, or the benefits. Then you want to identify your target audience. So specify who will participate in your survey. So for example, customers or industry professionals or hobbyists. Then choose the platform. You might want to use Facebook, Reddit, LinkedIn, Instagram, niche forums, Amazon, YouTube, or maybe multiple. Then design your survey or comment/review your prompt. So create a clear and engaging survey or question or video or prompt to analyze your product reviews or whatever you're analyzing. And then you want to distribute the survey. So you might want to distribute it via your email list, your social media channels, so Facebook, Twitter, your website pop-ups or banners, or online forums or communities relevant to your audience. Then you're going to collect and monitor your responses. So regularly check in on the results and monitor your progress. You want to tally the consensus and collect quotes. You then want to analyze the data. After collecting responses, organize the data so you can use charts, graphs to visualize your trends, highlight key themes and insights. Then you want to create the insights, so summarize the insights in a clear format. So use bullet points or infographics for easy readability, include direct quotes and anecdotes for added depth, and then you want to share your results. Decide which pages are best suited to publish these findings on your blog, product or category or service page. And if you want an even more detailed guide, I'd highly recommend checking out this free e-commerce course I put out.